Okay, so today we're talking about an adapter. This is the FTZ adapter, the F to Z mount adapter for Nikon cameras, for Nikon mirrorless cameras. Basically, this one will transform your F lenses into mirrorless lenses, into Z mount lenses or Z mount lenses, and it's probably the best thing that Nikon came up with. Why I'm saying that is because there are not many things that people are appreciating in these new mirrorless cameras. I do, but others don't. So I think this one should be in everyone's bag. And why is that? It's because, well, let me tell you why. Alright, so first and foremost, this is an adapter that Nikon, like I said, came with when they released the mirrorless cameras a couple of years ago, I think. And it's an adapter that will help you adapt f-mount lenses like this nifty 50mm f1.8 AFS lens to the Z-mount cameras, which are the Z6 II, the Z5, the Z7 II, the Z6, so on and so forth, the new ZFC. So this little piece of plastic and metal, which makes it very light, it's probably the most important thing that you can have, especially if you used to shoot Nikon cameras in the past, DSLRs, even manual cameras, because on this one you can basically adapt any kind of Nikon f-mount lens, and it's very helpful. With the ones that you have autofocus, it's gonna autofocus on the Z mount. With the ones that are manual, are gonna be manual. It doesn't offer any kind of improved out of this world autofocus motor that doesn't exist. It's just an adapter, and it's basically an extension of flange. If you look at it, this one is the extension of the flange from DSLR to mirrorless, and Nikon changed that flange because that's how it works with these new sensors, and you have to have a shorter flange. The shorter the flange, the better, the sharper the images, the better the readout, and so on and so forth. So to be able to adapt these DSLR lenses, you will have to put this on. It's simple, it doesn't require any kind of skill. You just set this up on, if you know which way, because I'm not that proficient apparently. So you put it up and that lens becomes a bit longer. Actually, this one, it's like I said, the 50mm f1.8, the nifty 50 for DSLR cameras. The 50mm f1.8s, which is made for these cameras, for the Z mount, it's pretty much the same as this one in terms of length, and this one, because it's built of plastic, it's a little bit lighter. So what is the take out of this? Well, use the FTZ if you don't want to invest a lot and if you want to have a lighter gear, because this is not a team with all the lenses. Actually, some are better in terms of weight than the DSLR counterparts, but this one, for example, it's lighter and it's way cheaper. The 50mm f1.8s is around $600. This is just 200 new, but you can get one for 100, maybe less, on eBay or anywhere else. They're built out of plastic, so be careful what you're buying. Mostly they will hold you a lifetime. I had one that held me for like 7 years in weddings and stuff like that. Never had a problem, but be careful because plastic cracks. Plastic is not very durable. The second point on buying the FTZ adapter is the fact that you can adapt, like I said, any and every lens that has an F mount, including, just give me 1 second. So, including these lenses, this is a vintage lens. It's a 200mm f4 AIS lens, and as you can tell, it has all kinds of perks that I love. These are great lenses, and I know a lot of people appreciating these lenses, but for those of you who don't know about them, there are a lot of websites, there are a lot of YouTube channels that are talking about vintage lenses. I did too. You can check my videos in the photography playlist that I'm gonna probably put in the link down below. And yes, these lenses can be adapted on this adapter. It's the same process. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to buy another adapter. You just have to take the lens, and being there is an F-mount lens, click in, and that's it. Along with these ones, you can also adapt the third-party lenses, like let's say the Tamron 70-200 f2.8 G2 that I have right there, or the 200 to 500, which is an amazing wildlife and landscape lens. Very, very nice lenses that you can take advantage of because of this adapter. So the versatility, it's there, and I love that. Another thing that I want to factor in is the price. It's not very expensive. It's around $250, and you'll probably find it on sale for $200 or even cheaper if you're buying it used. But at that price, being able to adapt all these lenses and being able to shoot pretty much every lens that Nikon released in the F mount, it's amazing. And all these lenses have some character. I shoot a lot of cameras, I shoot a lot of systems in the past. You know me, I'm switching from time to time, but I always loved Nikon, and I shot Nikon for a very, very long time. So what is my regret in the title? The fact that I sold all the lenses that I had, because I thought Nikon is going to take a long time to build these mirrorless cameras, and I didn't expect at the point where they were that they will build an adapter, because I thought they're gonna get on the market with a ton of S lenses or Z mount lenses, and there will be a loss for me in terms of money, and I had to sell all those. Unfortunately, now I have to buy back some of them because I used to love them, like the 105 1.4, or let's say the 85 1.4, and so on and so forth. There were lenses with character, lenses that I appreciated during my endeavors in all these years, and I kind of want them back. So this adapter allows me to do that. The last point that I want to make about it is the fact that there are a lot of people driving you away from it, because there are a few problems. I didn't encounter any, but I didn't shoot that much to actually make a decision in terms of all those problems that people are coming up with. First of all, there's some that say that the adapter gets a bit hot when you're shooting long focal length, or even shorter focal length. I didn't notice that. I shot the wedding last week in 85 degrees, something like that, with the 70-200 G2, the Tamron lens, and there was no overheating. I didn't feel any kind of hot surface on this adapter. So yeah, that's not my problem, but there are a lot of people saying that's a problem with these adapters. Others say that it's not very sturdy, not very solid on the mount. Actually, mine, it's a bit too sturdy, too solid. It feels a bit too tight. But I didn't have any kind of problems with that, and it's probably gonna lose a little bit more the more I'm shooting with it. So another problem that I don't have. Another good thing about it, and this is the last one that I'm gonna mention, is the fact that the adapter is actually weather sealed. It does have a rubber gasket right here on top. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that rubber gasket fits perfectly on the mount, and probably that's why it's a bit tighter. I'm not sure. Like I said, some say it's looser, but yeah, it has that rubber gasket that keeps the camera free of dust and water if you are in pouring rain or something like that. The only problem is that on this side there is no rubber gasket, so if the lens it's not weather sealed, like let's say this 200mm f4, which is an old lens and it's not weather sealed, well, this lens won't be able to protect your sensor, and the water might get into between the cracks right here at the end of the adapter. the end of the mount. So be very careful when it comes to old lenses. 50mm f1.8, yes, it does have the rubber gasket. This $200 lens, it's weather sealed, so or weatherproof or weather resistant, I have no idea. The thing is, if you're buying this adapter, be very careful what lenses you're using with. Try a lot of lenses, see how it adapts, but definitely buy it, because for the money that you're paying, you're opening up a huge array of lenses, a lot of lenses that people are talking about them even these days on forums, and they're not talking about it because they're bad, they're talking about it because they're amazing, and like I said, they have character, and not necessarily that amazing sharpness, that crisp clinic sharpness that the mirrorless lenses tend to have, like even the 50mm f 1.8s, which is very sharp. It's a sharp lens, and if you need that, you should go with that. But if you need something soft and a little bit more, you know, dreamy, not necessarily amazingly dreamy, but a bit dreamier than that, well, then you should go with this $200 plastic lens. Guys, thank you so much for watching these videos. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for supporting the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, and also give these videos a thumbs up. It's the only way we can push them up on YouTube, and more people will be able to see them. And stay focused, my friends. I will definitely see you in a bit.